How's it going, Sha?
All right. Okay, it's doing all right. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. So we got a new neighbor. He like bought the house next door to me,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like in between my age and my dad's age,
Okay.
right? So he thinks that he's like, oh, hang out with the young people, but he's really like, nah, you gotta chill with my dad. Like, none of his topics is my topics.
Right.
You know, like I own this house, but it's like figurative. Like I pay the bills, but I don't actually manage anything in this building.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and he come over here talking about boilers way too much. You know,
Ain't that what the kids talk about in the street? Boilers.
Yo, and he be trying to hide you like, yeah, you know what it is. I'm like, I don't know. Every time you see I'm like, every time you see me, if I'm working on the house, I know you see my father. And he's the one telling me what to do. Stop acting like I'm involved in this process. I don't bond with you over this at all. You know what I mean? But he be coming over with like neighbor energy about like the fences and like, oh, we gotta do something with the grass. What are you doing with the grass? I'm not doing a damn thing. All right. You gotta talk to the old man on the other side of the block at his house. He loves this shit. I don't want to know anything about how this house runs.
Well, he may just kind of force you to become
annoyed, definitely. Like he's a nice dude, bro. Like I don't know, I don't care at all.
Mm.
But yeah, he talks way too much about the property. He just did the like he called me like he was we're the only two guys whose house faces this side of the triangular block. Everyone else is just backyards. So when we park our cars, unlike everyone else, we have to come back out and go into the home. So we literally see each other like 3 times every time we park.
Right.
Whereas everyone else, you park, they disappear into their property because they're walking towards the home. So when I get to my crib, he gets to his crib. We both get out the car, open the gates, get in the car, park the car, get out the car, close the gates, and go into the homes.
Right.
So that's like 3 highs and buys I got to say to this dude because we both drop off our kids at the same time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I get out the car. Hey, how's it going? And he loves it. So he jumps in. Oh, working on the fence today. I don't care. You know what I mean? But like now he picked up that like I won't continue the convo. So he'll just go into the project. He'll be like working on the fence today. And like I'm supposed to say, oh yeah, what you doing? Right. But I don't say it, but he still responds like I said it. So he'll be like working on the fence today. Yeah, I'm gonna change the metal gradient to this type of thing. You know how it is, right? Because when you do, and I'm like, yo, my man, I didn't give you the
go ahead
to go ahead to get into this convo. I'm like, our cars are still in the middle of the street. You know what I mean? Like we just midway through this parking process. And when I finally get him to like shut up, I'm already stressing because I know as soon as I pull into the car, I'm going to go through this again when I come back out to close the gate.
Right.
And then again, when I get to my stoop and we could do like a final in sync wave goodbye. It's like a 15-minute process to get into the house. You know, it's insane. Like, yo.
Oh my God.
I told my dad, I'm like, yo, you going to have to start dropping off the kids in the morning so you could deal with this conversation because I'm not about this. I don't care nearly as much about this property value like that. I'm glad it's going up, but I'm not invested in the changes that the home is like happening. Tell me how much it costs. I'll pay for it. You can have your fun painting, soldering. I don't know what else you do. But all those things, do them. Enjoy it. And talk with this guy. He needs it. He's lonely and he's excited about homes.
Is he living there alone?
No, he's got a whole family, but I do think he's the only adult man. I think it's like him, his wife. I think there's another woman, like a aunt or like a sister.
Right.
And then like a pack of kids, and all the kids
are girls.
There's like a boy's the youngest. So it's like all like girls up to like teenager. So right. I understand it. I feel for you. I'll buy the beers that you and my dad drink. The fuck away from me, though. You know what I mean? I'll even let you sit in my yard Just tell me when it's happening so I'm not here. Y'all can talk about my house and what y'all gonna fix and what I should fix. Give me a list. Send it in an email though, preferably. So I don't gotta yo. It was wild shot, yo. Real shit. He's been here now like 6 months. I still ain't catch his name.
Does he know yours?
Yo, I know he knows mine because my dad said it, but I don't know his name. So he could start the convo whenever he wants.
By just calling out your name.
Yo, he's vecino to me, the neighbor. That's all I know him.
Oh, wow.
Every day, 5 days a week.
I mean, I feel like he's probably pushing you to a place that you're going to end up anyway. But you're not. I feel like you will. Like, this is surprising to me.
Okay.
A little bit. It feels like you should just kind of join in, or that you would just kind of join in. Like, yeah, we're talking, I'm learning stuff, blah, blah, blah. So it is a little surprising that you're like, I don't want to know.
Yo, I don't care.
And I don't think it's necessarily the subject matter. I think it is the idea of being roped into old men and middle-aged men. You don't see yourself as being there yet.
I'm close. I know it's happening.
Right.
I agree. I think that's it. Like I'm the youngest of the old guys in our block.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone that owns the house on my block is older than me. There's one other guy my age, he's a year older. Everyone else is like my dad's age, except for this guy who's like in between.
Right. So, so that's probably it. And he is also, look, speaking as a middle-aged person, it's real confusing out here. I don't know which table do I sit at? Do you know what I mean? I don't know where I'm supposed to put my energy. Like, I know a lot of younger people because of comedy.
Right.
But if I wasn't doing comedy and I was just being a person who like hung out with my friends.
Yeah.
Well, I will say I luckily have amassed the kind of people around me who also are like, you know what I mean? We're not like coupled up or married, you know what I mean? Married with kids, blah, blah. But I do know people who are married with kids, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, I mean, what am I supposed to talk about with them? What am I supposed to talk about? And more often than not, I'm not talking, I'm listening, because they are getting to speak because they have been in that situation for a while. And they're just like, and I'm like, yes, okay. Yep. Let it out. Let it out. But I don't know who to talk to.
I will say, whenever I've been in like on a show with you, I noticed that you dress younger than I dress.
That can't be right. No,
definitely, because you have like it's because you have a like real like specific thing you're doing each time.
Right.
So like it's like a look. Whereas I do too, but it's the same thing every time. And my thing is 1998.
Right. Yes, that's the thing. Is it's not that I am dressed younger. It's just your look is a date. It's
dated right now. It's got an era.
Yeah.
And even the people from that era don't dress like that no more. It's just me.
Yeah. That you are even still able to find those clothing. That's amazing. But
it's a challenge.
Yeah.
So the only time I see somebody dressed like me, like they just got home.
They just got home.
Like that day. Like
yep.
If they have to see me at the right time. Like if they see me first that day, they still think they look good.
They're like, oh, I'm great.
I'm good. But if they like see me at like 7, 8 o'clock that night, like they've been out a little bit, they realize like, oh, something wrong with me too. Like everybody else moved on. It's just us two in these baggy clothes.
So yes, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay. But I definitely like know. I'm like, oh, Sha be putting the dope look low key.
It's because I'm like, today I want to dress like a blah 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 blah. I don't know. You know what I mean? Today I'm going to be exasperated insurance claims adjuster who has to pick up her son from, soccer practice.
Okay.
I have 2 dresses for that are very of a moment, like very like that's what those dresses mean.
I can do that for a weekend. That's dope. You got a convention? I'm with it. Let's go.
2 days a week, I'm picking up my son from soccer. So
Oh, that's beautiful.
But that's just how I look. Talk to me though. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I don't know who's that band? What's that group? Who's that rapper? Okay. And wait, what TV show? Nope. I did not grow up with that. No, I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. So I don't know, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm ready to just be like, whatever older people are talking about, which mostly is just like how they can't see their phone screens anymore, even though I am there. I just keep buying glasses and just going, hopefully this one will help. But
that's it.
I can't, like, I just tweeted out recently, and this is a true thing that happened. I've been, for the past couple of days, thinking that I had a fever, and I'll be doing nothing that should be raising my temperature at all. Like literally washing dishes, you know what I mean? Or sweeping or nothing that I should be flushed, but I feel so flushed. And I'm like, oh no, do I have a fever coming on? What's going on? And I reach for my thermometer and I check and I'm like at 97 point whatever, you know, and I'm like, nope, this is normally where I am. I am normally cold, but blah blah. And it literally it takes me so long before I'm like, oh, this is a hot flash. I'm that old. These are hot flashes, and I'm still standing around like, oh no, do I have a fever? No, you old bitch, you have menopause. That's what you have. But I can't roll up on these like 32, 33-year-old people that I know now and talk about having menopause. No one's trying to hear that. My roommate is a 33-year-old white guy. He knows more about menopause than he should. He should be learning this from a wife. In a few years, not like a current wife. He should not be married to a 33-year-old who's going through menopause. He should be hearing about this in like 15 years. But he's not. He's hearing about it from his rickety old roommate.
You ready? He getting the exclusive.
He's definitely going to be ready in ways. Boy, his future wife is going to be like, how do you know that? He's
so going to get random gift baskets.
Yeah, thank you for teaching him. He knows just about shit he shouldn't know about. Like he knows about hot flashes. He also knows about hot combs. Like he doesn't know. Why does this white boy know what a hot comb is?
That's awesome.
You know, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to learn about it. I'm not ready for it. At least not the man side of it. I'm trying, but
yeah, but that's the thing, is that you're the closest he's got, and it feels like you're going to be dragged into that. I mean, fight it as much as you can, but just know at some point you'll do it with ease. You'll just sigh and just go ahead and have the conversation, and it'll be like, all right, I guess this is where I am. But until then, you are absolutely at the age where you're going to be fighting that shit.
Cause like, Sha, like I already had like a couple dad moments where like I ain't realized it was a dad moment till it happened. Like I just did it, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yo, cause my parents, like I said, they live down the block. So like my sister is 20. She came, dropped something off at my house. She was like chilling, and then she goes to her house. And she calls me 2 minutes later. Hey, Dad's not home. I don't have my key. My key got locked into the door. Can you come help me by opening the gate and figuring this out? Okay. So I go over there. I got the beeper for the gate for the car so she could get inside. And I show up. I beep. I let her in while she like shows me what's wrong with the door. Her key is stuck in the handle.
Right.
I look at the floor of the yard. I find a screwdriver. I grab it. I did some shit that I still can't explain to you today. I opened the door and then I got the key out, handed it to her, put the screwdriver back on the floor, beeped it, and I walked away. Like, I didn't even like need gratitude either. Like, it was like a weird, like, this is what I do.
Right.
And she said thanks like a kid would. Like I appreciate it, but yeah, like I appreciate it, but also I knew you would handle this,
right?
And I couldn't. It was something. The tone was just what you said. It was just that, and like it didn't hit me till like 20 feet down the block towards my house. I was like, "Fuck, that was a dad thing." Like she called me because she knew a dad could fix that, and I'm a dad, and I would fix that.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, it's happening. Like,
it's happening. It is happening.
That's just crazy. Oh, man, I was not ready for that transition.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's hard.
Yo,
but
fight the power, y'all.
It's coming. You can fight it. Keep fighting it. It'll keep you, limber. But just know.
Fight the establishment, okay?
At some point, you can't. At some point, you can't.
Oh, man. Let's get into the news here.
Okay.
Kicking it off. Kevin Spacey ordered to pay nearly $31 million to House of Cards production company.
Ooh.
An arbitrator has ordered Kevin Spacey to pay almost $31 million to Media Rights Capital, the production company behind House of Cards, the Netflix series in which the actor starred in for 5 years until he was fired in 2017. The revelation came in a petition filed Monday in LA County Superior Court, in which MRC is asking the court to confirm the award in its favor and enter judgment against Spacey and his loan out and producing companies. Spacey and MRC have been battling in the years since the actor was dismissed from the production over allegations of misconduct on and off set. In its filing, MRC states that in October of 2020, an arbitrator found Spacey repeatedly breached his contractual obligations while starring as Frank Underwood, and that this behavior rendered him and his affiliate entities liable for the millions of dollars lost by MRC. MRC says the company suspended Spacey following the CNN report in 2017, in which several current and former members of the House of Cards production staff came forward with allegations of sexual harassment.
Okay, I knew about allegations of sexual harassment. I don't know if I realized that there were also like people who worked on that show that were that had allegations. I don't know if I realized that part. I think I just thought it was just like some news that just dropped like, hey, we all known he's been like a sex pest, right? Well, here's this. But I didn't realize that it was also people who worked on the show. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
Yeah, it's a rough look. Yeah. And also like there's the money part of it. Like part of MRC's issue says the part of the issues were that they had to rewrite the entire season to omit Spacey's character, shorten the season from 13 to 8 episodes to meet the delivery deadline, suffered a monetary loss as part of the results as well. Mm-hmm. So there's all of that. Like obviously the most important thing, people were in a awkward, harassed, uncomfortable situation of dealing with this person,
right?
Who was a predator. And then on top of that, there was the monetary loss of this is a piece of work that everyone had committed to work with, and they lost money because A, they had to rewrite the whole season, B, they had to shorten the season so people that get paid by the day, all those people lost money. There's a lot here. And the court decided, yep, you got to pay up, my G. I didn't even know he was worth 31 M's.
I mean, this doesn't say he's worth that. This just says that's what he has to pay. But I, you know what? Now that we're talking about it, let's see if I can look up Kevin Spacey.
Like I figured if he could pay that, that's got to be like a chunk. Like it got to be like at least half.
What's his net worth? Okay, according to CelebrityNetWorth.com.
Okay, the official source.
His net worth is $70 million.
You got that, my G.
That's like.
Yeah, B.
Probably about half.
Straight cash, homie. Deion Sanders, that shit.
Oh, wow. Just small bills in a Target shopping bag just left at the door. You think that's what he should do? Did you watch House of Cards?
Ironically, until he left, yes. I did like the show a lot.
Okay. I never watched it. But I did once have a roommate who I heard through the wall he was watching it, and I realized that's what it was that he had started watching, and it literally to me just sounded like Kevin Spacey with like the worst Southern accent in the world, just going Beauregard over and over. That's all it sounded like to me. Beauregard. I was like, this is terrible. Whatever this is sounds bad, but I never got to it. And I may go ahead and watch it because, you know, it's about time for me to start watching things that are 7 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
That's usually when I slide in. What are you kids talking about? And it's a decade old. That's where I shine.
I'm about to watch Mad Men. You know what I mean?
Yo, I did start Mad Men on the 3rd season. While it was on, I did start on the 3rd season, and I was just like, well, I just want to see these costumes and this set design that y'all keep talking about. And then I was like, oh, this is like a really slow moving, well-designed soap opera. I'm in. I could do that. But then people were putting so much, like the fun of Mad Men was the following day, all of the think pieces and as they recap the episode and people going all deep. And I was like, this is like the nation's like continuing education class. Like everyone is writing these extremely long things. And I'm like, no, he just cheated on her with that woman. And then and that's it. That's all that happened. Y'all never watched Young and the Restless? This is nothing. So like, there's no evil twins. There's nothing. So
yeah, I remember like there was like I read like an article. They were like the deep stairs. We tell you something. Like that dude just thinking of his next line, my G. That's all
I mean, I love it. I loved Mad Men, but yeah, I also was just like, whew, this is real deep for some of you. But then again, I'm like, am I not deep enough? And I said, you know what? I don't care. I like her dress. And then I'd forget it all over again.
Yeah, I definitely was rooting for it to be DB Cooper at the end. I don't know if you like
I was
hyped.
Yeah, that would have been cool. That would have been real cool. Oh well.
Got robbed. What we gonna do? New Jersey man pleads guilty to wire fraud in a $400,000 GoFundMe scam. That's right.
Uh-oh.
New Jersey man pleaded guilty in federal court on Monday for his role in a $400,000 GoFundMe scam when he and his then girlfriend lied about helping a homeless veteran in Philadelphia. Mark D'Amico, 42, formerly of Bordentown, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud after he and his ex-girlfriend, Caitlin McClure, invented a heartwarming but false story that a homeless vet, Johnny Bobbitt Jr., had just spent his last $20 to help McClure fill up her gas tank while she was stranded on the I-95 in Philadelphia. In November of 2017, D'Amico and McClure started a GoFundMe campaign titled Paying It Forward, which donors believed was to support Bobbitt. Funds were solicited with the goal of $10,000 I never know how to say that word. Purported. There you go. To get Bobbitt. I'm going to learn that one day. To get Bobbitt off the streets and into a home, according to the Department of Justice. The fake story quickly gained traction as it was picked up by local and national media outlets in less than 1 month. They had defrauded more than 14,000 donors for $400,000. The funds were transferred from the GoFundMe to D'Amico's and McClure's personal accounts. The two blew through most of the money over the next 3 months on personal expenses. D'Amico spent a significant amount gambling, as well as vacations, a BMW, clothes, bags, and other items. In mid-November of 2017, when the campaign had raised the first $1,700, the couple told Bobbitt about the fake tale they'd spun and the money of which he had previously been unaware of while he lived in a trailer. In December of 2017, officials say D'Amico opened a bank account for Bobbitt, and the two deposited $25,000 into the account. A lawyer for Bobbitt said his client received only about $75,000 total, a camper, and a 19-year-old pickup truck, and contends that the couple used the rest to enjoy a lifestyle they could not afford.
Wow.
Thug life.
Okay, for a second, I thought that Johnny Bobbitt Jr. was going to be a fake person. But I thought that they came up with this thing, and they were like, here's this homeless veteran, and he lent her $20, even though it was his last money. So help us give him money. And then people were like, yay. And they just hire a guy and go, this is Johnny Bobbitt Jr., right? Like, that's not a name. But, they got a picture with a guy with wait, hold on. Which one is that the bearded? Yeah,
The
okay.
bearded dude, yeah.
The bearded guy is Johnny Bobbitt. Yes, okay. So that's like that's what I thought was happening. But then it took a turn where they're like, oh no, then we told Bobbitt, you know what we did? Which is insane.
Yeah, that feels like guilt money too. Like they were trying to buy their way out of hell. They're like, oh, we gave them 75 racks out of 400,000 that none of y'all should have got in the first place.
Right. That's
terrible.
Yeah, that's not good. I'm so sorry, Mr. Bobbitt.
I also find it interesting that homeless people in Philadelphia and New Jersey look like hipsters in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like this guy like owns.
Yeah.
He's like a CEO of a tech fund in New York.
I bet. Let's dig deeper in the Johnny Bobbitt Jr. I bet you already has a few houses. I bet he's a landlord for houses like in the Midwest or something. But
he got 3 startups, a whole bunch of comedians work for him right now.
A whole bunch. Like that's so wild. I can't believe you would just do that. That's so mean.
That's terrible.
Fake it. And that I think it's so mean because the guy actually exists. When I didn't think the guy existed, I was just like, that's a wild scam. But now I'm like, that's a mean-spirited scam because you told the dude. Why would you do that, you weirdos? All of you are weirdos. Now, I don't know how can I give money for people on GoFundMes?
Every time I've done it, I've come to regret it.
Have you?
Every time I've given money to somebody's GoFundMe where it was, and when it wasn't for a project, like Kickstarters is different. But like if it's a GoFundMe and it's like the help of a person in need, I always find out that it shouldn't have been done.
Oh, wow. Everyone that I have, I don't do it a lot.
Admittedly, same here. I've done it 3 times.
But anyone that I have done that for, it turns out they have needed it.
That's beautiful. Send them my way. I ain't mad at it. But like, I've done it 3 times, and every time it's like a month later. You found out homeboy got $300,000 for his sprained ankle, and now that dude bought a Beamer. What?
Well, you gotta carry that ankle around in style.
My man, like tattooed. Broken forever, but not inside, or some shit on his leg now.
Also, everyone out here scamming, do better. Quit buying bags.
Yeah, bags.
Do something else. Come on.
Why you buying car? Buy crypto. You know what I mean? Get some assets.
Like, dude, let's do something else. I mean, you're gonna lose it. Let's live it up. A bag? A fucking bag. Give me a break. That's just a waste. What a waste. Be imaginative. Come on. You were smart enough to come up with this whole scam. Be imaginative in the shit that you buy with the money. Come on.
That's it.
A BMW. Yeah, I guess. Oh, wait. For a second, I just realized Ethereum is a type of crypto, and I thought it was some sort of magical rock that gave you powers. So, but if there is a magical rock that gives you powers, and I got money off of a bootleg GoFundMe, I need a piece of that rock.
Amen. I'm with it. Oh, man. Speaking of, Tiffany is selling its most expensive piece of jewelry ever. That's right. Tiffany just unveiled its newest, most expensive bling ever. Come on, CNN. You don't got to say bling no more.
You really don't. We ain't doing that.
Yeah, it's been long over. The world's fair necklace unveiled in Dubai on Sunday features a stunning 180 carats of diamonds set in platinum. Its centerpiece is an 80-carat oval flawless decolored, which is the highest grade and virtually colorless Empire diamond, named after the iconic jeweler's hometown. The Empire diamond was ethically sourced in Botswana, cut and polished in Israel, and set in Tiffany's workshop in New York City. Tiffany said the necklace is its most expensive piece ever created.
How is something ethically sourced?
They get union workers. You know what I mean? They work for the Teamsters.
I am truly just like, what does ethically sourced diamond look like? Like, does that mean they get like lunch breaks or something? What does this mean?
I would assume, right? They got to be like you're paid a normal salary, at least for that area, and you work like normal hours, right? I thought that was the whole thing. Like blood diamonds, like yo, you go down there till we get the diamond else.
Right. Okay. So it's from a mine that is in compliance with strict labor and environmental regulations. That means the child labor is not taking place. Forced labor doesn't exist. Workers receive fair wages and safe working conditions. And the diamond sales aren't being used to fund violence. Ooh, what was that last one? Wait, what?
Yeah, that took a turn there. Right? Yeah. That was a pivot and a half.
Yeah. I didn't know that was. All right. Okay.
For the rich and well off, unlike Tiffany's most famous Tiffany diamond, which is 128.54 carats, this is actually for sale. So experts are expecting it to fetch between $20 and $30 million.
Huh. But they're probably going to let people like borrow it first, right? Like it's going to be on someone's neck at like the People's Choice Awards.
Oh, Beyonce copped this right here.
No, I think she already got whatever it is she's going to get. They ain't giving her the ethically sourced joint.
You ain't got ethically sourced money.
Yeah. Oh, yo, wow.
Real talk, it does look cool. I'd rock this. If like the chain was longer, this shit hard.
Where are you gonna wear that? That is
everywhere.
That is certainly heavy.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a lot of stones.
That's how I'm gonna get my abs back right there. I'm gonna cop this
and then just
wear everywhere. That's it.
It looks a little bit like a bolo tie. Oh, that has been pulled. It's hard to explain, right. But it looks, it kind of puts me in the mind of a bolo tie. So, I'm
with this.
I mean, that's great. That's great, I guess. Why not? Just fucking buy diamonds. I'm not a necessarily a diamond person. Oh, here's something. The reimagined World's Fair necklace can be worn in an unexpected way. The wearer can carefully pop out the Empire diamond and mount it onto a platinum ring.
Bang.
With the aid of a Tiffany jeweler who will be on call whenever that service is required.
See, that's a flex right there.
So if I'm like, you know what? I think I just want to wear this on my finger. I want to wear
Get over here.
Yeah, if you can come over here and just pop that bitch out like a Lego. And then just squeeze it onto my...
Yo, imagine that shit is like with like your medicine pills. You gotta squeeze the sides and twist.
Yeah, if that's a child, that better be a child-proof diamond.
Oh man, I love that. I'm with it. I'm just surprised. I thought there was like a certain level of money where like you could wear it reversed was no longer a thing. Like, I just felt like at that level, you just bought two of whatever you wanted in any
right. Color. I love that. Yeah,
that was
that it's a converter that you can change it. It's a reversible. You can wear it as a parka.
Oh man, yeah. Let me find out. Okay, rich people want a good deal too. That's
if you want to just stick that on a tooth. It's this big ass diamond on your tooth. They got a Tiffany person that'll do that.
Whatever you need is there. I like this. I'm with it. Finally, phone glitch leaves some Tesla drivers locked out. One of the perks of owning a Tesla is using your smartphone as a key to open and drive your car. It does away with carrying a separate key fob in your pocket. But what if your smartphone app glitches? You could be stuck, not being able to use your car, which seems to be happening to Tesla owners around the world. On Friday, a number of Twitter users reported getting a 500 server error when trying to use the Tesla app. that indicates that something has gone wrong with an internet server the app is trying to connect to. Still stuck in Seoul. Wrote J1 Cho on Twitter after earlier reporting the server error when trying to use it with his Tesla Model 3. The website Down Detector showed a large spike in reported Tesla server problems at around 5 p.m. on Friday. It is unknown exactly how many Tesla owners were affected by the outage or how many were locked out of their cars. Tesla, which hasn't engaged with professional news medias for over a year, did not respond to a request for comment. Thug life.
Okay, look here. That's insane. Just get a fob. Just get a fob. What is wrong with you people?
Yeah, y'all are wildin'.
First off, nobody's phone is charged enough. So the idea, I watch people call for Ubers with 2%. And I'm like, how are you going to know if they, how are you going to? So that's a huge human error issue right there. Is my phone charged up enough for me to get into my car? So that's ridiculous to me. Also, yeah, servers go down. To think that you have to first go on to Down Detector, which is the site I use to figure out why my shitty internet has gone down. Like, is Optimum at it again? It sure is. And now there's someone else on the street corner trying to get into their car, checking Down Detector, which is hilarious to me. You know, the rich, they're just like us.
Yo, everyday struggles.
Everyday struggles. That's so funny to me.
I dream of one day being rich enough that I don't have to carry things in my pocket. I think that is the ultimate level of success. When you don't have to have anything in your pocket, that means you're like really well off.
Sure, you're free. Yes.
Right. But my reasoning was I was going to have another person. Like, your job is to carry my shit.
Yeah, no.
You got my keys. You do that.
That actually tracks because I rang up Elton John when I worked at Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
He'd like to come in and buy books and music a lot. And so he came in and he picked out stuff. And so I'm going to ring him up. And he's had a friend with him. And, I was like, do you have the Barnes and Noble like discount card or whatever? And he was like, oh, yeah, I think I do. And he looked at the friend and the friend pulled the wallet out of his bag.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that your friend is the wallet. Got it.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
That's dope.
Word. You are Elton John. Absolutely. You have a friend who's just with you all the time and carries your shit.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
That's the dream.
So yeah, so that totally makes sense. But that's, man, that I'm just, Teslas seem like more trouble than they're worth.
I gotta say, I agree. This is a lot of energy for cars that don't look that nice.
Yeah. Yo, when I saw a Tesla for the first time, I was like, that just looks like one of those Honda crossbodies, which is not what it's called. I think it's called something else. I just don't know the names of anything anymore, but it did. It looked like a Honda, or like a Hyundai version of a Honda, because as we all know, Hyundais there's no look where you're like, that's a Hyundai. There's the look of a Hyundai is that a BMW? No, that's a Hyundai. Wait, is that a Toyota? Nope, that's a Hyundai. That's what it's the complete, it rips off everybody.
Hyundais always feel like the last kid they got the college registration, because they always got like that name that like it's almost a name, but they didn't finish workshopping it.
Right.
Like the Hyundai Tiburon. Like, nah, man, that's not what you wanted. That was not plan A.
Also, I feel like none of the fonts match.
Yeah. Yo.
The grills, like there's no consistent grill. There's no consistent like rear light. And I mean, like, that's how I can tell what car is what. And I'm just like, oh, so Hyundai's just going to do whatever is available. Like, you were last to get the supplies. And you're like, I guess I got to make a car out of this construction paper and these cotton balls.
There we go. Let's get it.
This is it. So
It drives.
yeah, so we'll call it an accent, I guess. I don't know, but yeah. So Teslas to me just seem like other cars. But I was in a Tesla for the first time recently. It was a Lyft, which I'm like, that's weird, but okay. I couldn't even get in the car because the handles are flush with the car. And I don't know if you gotta text somebody to make the handle poke out so I can get in. But the dude had to lean back and open it for me, like from the front seat, lean into the back seat. And I was like, bitch, we were doing that with Civics. I don't need.
We going backwards now.
Yeah, I had a Camry I had to do that with. Like, what is this?
Yeah, I every time it comes up, I always go to the website. I look at them. They all look ugly to me.
Yeah.
I've yet to see one that I'm like, oh, that's what I want.
Mm-hmm.
The nicest one looks like an ugly car, but a nice Pokemon ball. Like, none of these things look like things I want to drive.
Right.
But if I'm going to throw it at a Pikachu, yeah, I'd be cool with this. These things are just, I don't get it.
Oh, my God.
I can't vibe with it. Nah, man.
And now to know that that I'm relying on the internet that's so funny, the idea of me just looking up to see if my shitty internet or my extremely expensive Tesla car, if anything's going to be running today, or if I got to fucking plug it in with the Ethernet cable to get in my car.
Oh, man. If you would like for me and Shalewa to have a person be our wallet.
Yeah.
All you got to do is like and subscribe to the show, baby.
Absolutely.
If you're an Apple listener, we appreciate all your ratings. 4 stars means we got to share the person. That's not cool. Me and Shalewa don't live in the same place.
This is one person zipping from oh, our poor wallet. So tired.
5 stars, we got our own personal wallets each. You know what I mean? Mine's knows Kung Fu. He can defend me as well as my money. That's what I'm talking about. We out here.
Oh, I didn't know that we could give them this is like a video game. I didn't know we could mod them out like this.
If you have any articles you'd like us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. With all that said, my name is Gastor Almonte, always with the homie Shalewa Sharpe. This has been a bonus episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.